Hello, thank you so much for watching these videos. My name is Kamia Simon and let's proceed. Alright, so before I go, today we're going to be installing what we should be using. I want all of most of the packages that I'm going to be using, the most vital packages to be installed in this video, but we can add more packages as we come about. For example, there's the calendar package. That one I'm not going to install right now, but I'm going to be installing Vue Router and Vuex first. Alright, so before I go ahead, I request and encourage you to go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share so that we can beat the YouTube algorithm. And ahead of that, I ask you to go and subscribe. I also encourage you to go ahead to my Gumroad channel and then support. So this is my channel. You can go to Gumroad and type Crank Luga, then you will find me, Kamia Simon. So this is my channel and I have several products and I encourage you to go ahead and donate, and this is where this is the link you can donate. After donating, you can donate, rate. After donating, you'll be able to have access to some of the things that I create that are really dedicated to people who donate to me. Donation can be $5 plus, it's up to you. Okay, so you can have a donation that is more than $5, but the beginning is $5. So it's $5, you can donate $7 or something of the sort. It's up to you. So you can come and type any above $5, maybe $6, and then you add to cart and then you support. All right, so some of the things you will find inside, for example, you can see that when I come and let's say this is Crank and I add Luga, and then I save, okay, it automatically updates here, okay. But then if you're using Laravel, now those of you who are using the Vue.js CLI, it will automatically update, but in Laravel you have to find a way of making it work so that it updates, so that you do not refresh. For example, this is in the example component that we created, but when I go to welcome and I add Simon, how are you, and I save, it's not automatically updating because this is out of Vue.js. Okay, so if I refresh, you can say I had to first refresh. Yet if I go back to the component and I type how are you, and I save, sorry for the misspelling there, you see it automatically updates. So how can you find that? It's available for all those who give support and donate. So you just click add to cart, you'll find the code inside there. You'll find the link to the project so that you do not have to recreate, you just need to follow along. All right, so let's proceed. We're going to go to Google and then we start searching for whatever we need to install. So the first thing we need to install is Vue Router. Vue Router, we're installing it once and for all. Vue Router. Great. So how do you install the Vue Router? There it is. Leave this. This is Gripper. Now Gripper is a very good instrument. You go ahead and look for it. So what? It's a very good instrument for a developer. So all you have to do is maybe make a suggestion and then add this answer to Gripper. So any other developer who is looking for the same answer, they won't need to the moment they type through Google, and Gripper is already in your browser, is an extension in your Google, your Chrome. You just need to add this answer to Gripper, and then any other developer who is finding that, okay, they'll never have to look for it anymore. It will already be added to Gripper. So all right, so this is how you set up the Vue Router, and we're going to come to that. But then how do you install it is what we're looking for. So I'm going to go to Vue Router. So which means they are developers who looked for this, and then it's really a brilliant invention. I remember watching the video of Gripper. Someone sent, I think the developer themselves, maybe, they sent it to my Gmail account, to my Gmail, and then I read through and then I found it useful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead to the view router and then we get started on how to install it. So you go ahead and click get started. All right, so those of you who are using it, who are using the package, those of you who are using the CDN, okay, to use Vue and you're not doing much, so you can go ahead and include these in your HTML, okay, and the path to Vue router and Vue.js. All right, so now for us, what we're going to do, we're going to install it since we are using the CLI or yes, the install CLI in our Laravel package. So we're going to first install it. So I'll come to my bash here. Then I install Vue router. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and install. And then I'll also install Vuex, and I'll explain Vuex in another video. But so it's done installing. Vue router is done installing. How do I check that it's done installing? If I come to my, remember I'm using Laravel because I told you I don't want to design a whole API. Laravel makes it simple. Even Laravel designs API, but connection with Vue.js, even if I don't design an API, I'll be good to go. So I'm going to go to package.json, and then when I scroll, all right, where is it? You can see Vue router is installed, and the version is 3.5.2. All right, so that is it. So that's the Vue router. Let me go ahead and look now for Vuex, and I'll explain in the next video or in one of the videos. I'll just hint on it right now, but in the next video, I'll explain what Vuex does. All right, so as usual, right click, and then here you can see add to gripper or show gripper results. So people have already created solutions on how they use Vuex and they add it to gripper. So any other person can always come and see that. So let me hide the gripper results. All right, so I'm going to go ahead with Vuex and then I install it. Vuex is enjoyable and simple. Okay, so I'll go to installation, and do not forget to consult the documentations. They're always here. I'll go to the installation, and then as usual, those who are using the CDN, you install like this. Then those who are using npm, this is us. We copy this. Okay. And then those who are using yarn, and then this is how we are going to install it. So we do not need again to import Vue from Vue because it's already in the same entry point, unless you have more than one entry point, which thing I haven't tried. All right, so let's go ahead and then install Vuex. So meanwhile, as Vuex installs, let me tell you something about Vuex. Oh, it's done installing. However, what Vuex does, let's say you have a shopping cart, and each page you go to, you have to update any changes, but those changes that update to the shopping cart are on different pages. So what you do, Vuex help you save a state in one, but then it is reflected in the cart, or it is used by another page. But before, what we used to do, we used to send them when a user clicks next in the Vue router, then you send a prop with it. But this time around, you just go to that page and then you retrieve whatever is needed to be used into that page. All right, so that's so let's go ahead in our app.js. So if I go to again package.json, you can see we now have Vuex and our version is 3.6. Now take note that we are using since we've installed with Laravel, we are using Vue 2.6.12. However, if you're using Vue 3, there is no problem. I need to have Bootstrap Vue. So I'm going to go ahead and Bootstrap Vue. Bootstrap Vue. The good thing with Bootstrap Vue or Bootstrap with Vue.js, you can use even the normal Bootstrap without using the syntax in the Bootstrap Vue. You can use the normal Bootstrap and it will work. But you know, with practice, you go on, you know, getting it right. All right. So, and this is how to set up Bootstrap Vue. There is no problem, but it's also in the documentation. So let's go to Bootstrap Vue and then we install it. We see how to install. And this is Bootstrap Vue, so I won't waste time. I'll go direct to the documentation. And then it also has a playground, but for us we want to install, so we're going to get started. Okay, so and down here is how we install it. So we are using module bundlers such as Webpack, Peso, Rollup.js, and for us we're going to be installing with npm. Okay, so I'll go ahead and install Bootstrap Vue, and then we shall test it. No worries. In fact, it's the first thing we're going to test before you even test the Vue router. All right, so it's done installing. Let's see how you set it up. So if you're using npm, okay, you must import Vue from Vue that is already here, so we cannot import it again. And then you must go ahead. In fact, if I import it, I'll get an error. So then you import Bootstrap and the icon plugin into, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and import Bootstrap and the icon plugin. So it's not glowing the Vue colors because I need to add more syntax, and the syntax I need to add, I need to install this. So import Bootstrap and Bootstrap CSS file, and the order is important. So you need to follow this order when you're importing this. Okay, so copy that and then paste it here. All right, I'll just paste. So I've imported those. And then lastly, now we use Bootstrap Vue and the icon plugin. Now, I won't be using such icons. In fact, I'm going to be using a different set of icons. Okay, that's it. So I'll show you the set of icons. I think I need to show you that. Where is my icons? And for the icons, I'll use Ico Font. So I'll use Ico Font Icons. They are absolutely free, and I've used them in several projects. And the good thing is you can link them. By the way, when you're linking icons with Vue.js, it is very simple. And you can find that video in my extras on how to link these icons. I've reserved that for people who support this channel. So you can view all icons, okay? And it has very many icons. So for the icons, I'll be using IcoFonts. And installing them is easy, but however, feel free to support this channel, and then you get access to the video on how to install the IcoFonts to be used in your Vue.js projects. However, they are also available for PHP projects. No worries, so you can use them in Laravel or even inside the CDN, and using them is very easy. All right, so let's go ahead and test if our Bootstrap is working by coming to welcome.blade. No, by coming to example component, and then I'm going to create a button so you know how Bootstrap behaves. So I'm going to create a button, okay, and I give it test, just like that, test. So test. So let me make sure that my friend is here, okay, to show me. Okay, so there it is, test, but it has literally nothing on it. All right, so you know Bootstrap, so we're going to have a class, which class will be called btn, and then btn success, and maybe btn lg for large, and then I save. Our Bootstrap is working. All right, so if I change to primary, and then the btn can be a block, and then I save. I will. All right, so thank you. We've installed all the necessary basics. If you want to see how the icons are installed and use them, no worries. Just go ahead and support this channel, and then you'll find that video. If you want to understand how things auto-load, especially people who use in Laravel, the moment you save, it auto-loads so that you don't need to go ahead and refresh all the time. The videos are there for my loyalties or people who support the channel. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next video.